Old? That's a stupid question, isn't it? But I don't think so. I think we can explore that and we can find new ways of looking at it, and we can find maybe we can find part of the fountain of youth. Hi, I'm Reverend Wolak, and welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life, where we explore this journey that each of us is on, and each of us is on in our own unique and perfect way. And so, as you can see by what I posted out there, trying to escape our past ages us. Absolutely ages us. Think about that. If we're trying to escape our past, it means we haven't accepted our past. If we haven't accepted our past, then our past is running our life. We're reliving it over and over again. And guess what? Chances are the past that we're reliving, that we're fighting against, are things that we don't want in our lives, because let's just be honest, let's face it, most everything that we've created in our life, we've done so unconsciously. And so by doing so unconsciously, we sort of run away from ourselves. We try to escape our past. So how do we escape our past? Well, we create an illusion about who we are. We run for things, and that's where almost all addictions come from. Almost all addictions come from the aspect that we're trying to get away from ourselves. We'll embrace drugs, we'll embrace alcohol, we'll embrace sex, pornography, shopping, eating, you name it. You name it. We're escaping our past. And that is not good. Our past is our past. We're never going to be able to change it, but we can come to peace with it. And to come to peace with our past really gives us a sense of freedom. Xandy says, good morning, Rev. In 24 hours, I've made a positive change, feeling better, more uplifted and motivated. Good for you, Xandy. I'm sitting down. Oh, Xandy wants to know where I'm at. Well, I'll tell her. I'm thinking about, what am I going to create today? This is where I am. And where do I want to be? And so I'm saying, how can I create this greater Lee? This Lee who will live his vision even greater. You know, I talked yesterday in my Sunday service about, are you PC? Not politically correct, because if you know anything about me, you'll know I am not politically correct. I don't care, won't choose to be politically correct. It's not who I am. But what I'm talking about is, are you persistent and consistent? And whatever you're persistent and consistent with, it's what's demonstrating in your life. So Monique, as she starts talking about, I'm having a hard time accepting things, well, that's because she has a habit of not being able to accept things. She fights against them. So Monique, well, whatever's happened in your past, you have to look at it. And you have to be able to go, okay, this is what happened. It's bad. I don't like it. Now I have to go and say, okay, what was the good that came out of it? And there was good. What good can I imagine coming out of this now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now? Nico, you're so young, 70 years from now. What good can come out of your past? Because your past gives you clues as to where you want to go, where you don't want to be anymore. And then you take that and you run forward. You create a new life. Zandia says, I always have overwhelming realizations, sometimes good, sometimes bad. But yesterday, and even right now, I realize that now is all that matters. I know that anyway, but I felt it more than I have done in the past. Lori says, good morning, so true, but even positive memories can still weigh you down, holding on to things that you love with energy. Hey, yeah. Here's a positive memory that'll screw up anyone. Let me think about that for a second. How do I want to say that? So Lori, remember when you were a young girl and you first married Mark? Is he the same man? Does he look the same as he did when you married him? So if you compare the mark you've got now with the mark you had then, you are comparing against an unrealistic expectation. And that good memory of what he was may disturb where you are now. I've had to overcome that one with my wife, Jean. We've dated over 50 years. We've been married. In December, we'll have been married 49 years. If I look back at what Jean was then, and I make a comparison, the good memory I have of her then could destroy where I'm at now. Got to keep things in perspective. Got to keep things in balance. Krista says, I'm taking the month of December off to do what I want to do, the joys of creating my own reality, letting go of what doesn't serve me and has helped me believe in myself and create a happy life. Krista, what a gift you're giving yourself. You're going to focus 31 days. 31 days to you. Ah, best gift you could give yourself. Love that. Love that. Zandia says, like, this is going to happen in like seconds. She says, what is the best relationship advice you can give? I'll tell you. Here's a single one thing, and those who have known me a long time know that I say this, I speak it, and I live it. You create an agreement with everyone in your life. And that one agreement, the one agreement that will have the biggest impact is you agree that you have to ask for what you want when you want it. If a partner does not ask, you are not responsible for giving. That frees you from trying to read their minds. It frees you from thinking about, did I do the right thing or not? It takes all of that worry, all of that nonsense out of your life. And what does it do in a relationship? It creates personal responsibility. And isn't that what life is about? The people who are the most aware, the people who are most grounded, are the people who have the greatest amount of personal responsibility, because they don't allow things on the outside to be the controlling factors of their life. They take and create from within, because they understand that it is from within that all things are created. Richard's writing down some of the things that he's heard. If you need something, ask for it. Have agreements. 3, have fun. Grow together. Acceptance. And Richard, don't forget, support each other. Add that number 6, support each other. Okay? Thank you, Reb, says Andia. Yeah, life is simple. We just make it so friggin' complex. We make it so friggin' complex. The thing that happened, like last night, you know, people say, well, Lee, you've got your life together, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, I have the appearance of having it all together, but I go out of being together at times. Last night, 1:30, I woke up. Why am I waking up? I have no clue. But what I do know is that there was something going in my subconscious mind that wasn't allowing me to sleep. I tossed, I turned. And what I learned is sometimes you just got to get up and move. And so I got up, came downstairs, got in my favorite chair, my lazy boy that's 25, almost 25 years old. I got in it, put a blanket on, a pillow, and I turned. And I went to my mantra. I am Klim Sao, Sao Klim Ein. I just started doing my mantra because I realized if there was something in my subconscious mind, it would come out and I would understand it. Otherwise, it was probably just gibber jabberish. Or maybe I picked up on energy that's out there that was causing me, because I'm sensitive to energy, causing me to be in an unrestful state. I did my mantra, and within 20 minutes, I was sound asleep. And then I woke up this morning at 5, which is when I normally wake up, or I wake up a little earlier. And then I didn't dwell on what happened last night. What did I do? I went right into spiritual practice with my wife, because we start that at 5:15 every day. You see, the key thing that I have found as you're living is if you've got habits in your day and those habits are consciously chosen and they serve your highest expression, you always go back to them because that keeps your day, that keeps your life on track. So that's what I do. I build a set of conscious habits. I don't live in the past to the best of my ability because it makes us older. Zandy is talking about our dreams. Dreams are just our subconscious playing out. Everyone has an idea of what dreams are. I look for it. Sometimes it's just craziness. Sometimes there's a message to be gotten. Sometimes our mind just wants to dance and play. I just sort of listen and say, okay, knowing who I am, knowing what my top 5 values are, how does the dream affect that? What is the dream trying to tell me? And then I move forward. Lori says, I'm very sensitive about people's energy. I feel them strongly. I know that about you, Lori. Yesterday when I hugged you, or you hugged me, or we both hugged each other, I could feel your energy reading my energy as I read your energy. Isn't that great? Tammy says, holidays are always a trigger for me, and I struggle to stay centered in my adult self. I seem to become a victim and attached to people and forget God. I'm going to even change that a little bit, Tammy, and ask you to think about you forget that you are one with God, or you are one with the infinite, and that you are not separate, but you are united with all that is. And when we forget that we're united with all that is, that's when we can become a victim. That's when we think other people are doing things to us, when in retrospect, they're only doing it for themselves. And so it's like, I'm going to get real controversial here. I'm going to get really controversial. Maybe to some of you not. Maybe to some of you very controversial. So I was looking at my son yesterday, Stephen, and he's one of my best friends. We have incredible conversations because he and I have some different beliefs. And I said to him, so what's special about Christmas? And he just sort of looks at me. And I said to him, I said, do you believe in Santa Claus? He says, no. And my son Stephen's agnostic. So I said to him, I said, do you believe in Jesus? He says, no. Then why is Christmas special? It's really because of the society where he grew up in, that they built up this holiday centered on Santa Claus, centered on Jesus, centered on Christmas decorations, centered on buying gifts, centered on family being together. And they created an unrealistic expectation for everyone. Because if you watch the television today and you see these gatherings of 30 people together, all dressed in Christmas garb, decorated to the nines, all these great gifts and smiles, they've created an illusion of what Christmas is not. I think about Thanksgiving. I've had a lot of Thanksgivings in my life, and I had Thanksgivings with family. And like this Thanksgiving was a very simple Thanksgiving. There were 3 of us. We had a very simple meal. Here's what I understand about Thanksgiving. It's being grateful every day of your life. It's being grateful every minute of your life. For me, the idea of Christmas to me, is the rebirthing of oneself into the union with the divine. That's a moment-by-moment life. That's what Christmas means to me. It's a place in my heart. It's not a place outside of me. And yet, I'm able to honor everyone's path. I don't knock anyone for whatever they believe Christmas to be. I just have found what it is for me. And I'm going to tell you, when you start finding things that are different than everybody, you have to become a spiritual warrior, because it takes great, 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 great courage to be unique. It takes great courage to be yourself. Henry's out there and he says, "Hey, I'm from Nigeria. Been a while." Well, welcome, Henry. We've got people all over the globe listening to this. I saw my friend out there, Keshev. I heard you out there. I didn't forget. I see everything on the side, Keshev. I know you've been running away from me. I'm asking too many questions. But you know what? You got a whole life to live. Well, everyone, I've been talking a whole bunch today. I'm grateful for having you join me. I'm grateful that you've listened. If you got anything out of this, do me a favor and share. If you're not a YouTube subscriber, please subscribe to YouTube. The more subscribers means YouTube's algorithms will get this message to more people. So write a comment too on YouTube once this is out there. I so appreciate you, and I want you to go out. I don't want you. I support you as you go out and be the best you can be. Until tomorrow, know that I love you and I accept you just like you are. Aloha.